So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone having any
Yes,
issue in the
yes, ma'am.
previous lectures? Any issue in the previous lectures or previous anyone? No issue? So
Ma'am, we
that's
didn't
good.
see the lectures completely, so we have practiced half of it, inshallah. If we will practice it fully, if any issues faced, we will tell you.
Try to cover your course till the coming week, not next to the coming week. That is 17th. I think we'll having class on 17th. So try to cover this. We will be having a quiz till module 4. The two module I will left it this module 5 and module 6 for just exam preparation, and till module 4 prepare that for the quiz as well. And I'll be taking 1 hour and 15 minutes quiz so that it can cover all your course related to the midterm exam. So preparing quiz is simply like you are preparing your paper. So this will be easy for you all to take time for the other subjects as well. So the two lectures that we'll be delivering today and in the coming week, you will be just left with these two for the exams. So I think that's a better choice to have a quiz in all the four modules. And the next thing is you will be having your midterm exam on 24th May 2021. So due to that, we are actually left with two classes. So and this other week is Eid hai hamari, तो Eid पे तो हम class obviously ले नहीं सकते. So the coordinator advised us to take one extra class, or you can say an arranged class. So that's why I have arranged it now कि आप लोग ईद की वीक जो है तो वो fully enjoy कर सके, because the next week is your exams then. Acha. So in today's lecture, we will be studying a totally different topic from the other or the previous lectures. In our previous lectures, we have studied about the analysis of a statically determinate structure when they are subjected to fixed loads or dead loads, you can say, when the loads were not changing. So we have analyzed that and we have drawn its shear force and bending moment diagram. So who will going to define what is shear force diagram? What is shear force diagram? Anyone?
Ma'am, shear force diagram shows the variation of shear force all along the beam or the frame.
All along the length of a member. Very good. And what is bending moment diagram?
A bending moment diagram represent the all the bending moments produced within the
Variation.
members.
It shows the variation of the
Variation.
bending at all points along the member. So in a today's lecture, we will be studying the influence lines for statically determinate structure. There is a difference between the influence line, the shear force, and the bending moment lines. So, what is actually influence lines, and how we will be going to draw the influence lines, and what will be the difference between when we draw a shear force or bending moment diagram of a member, or when we draw the shear or when we draw the influence line for those members. So, we will be studying the difference as well. So, influence line, they are important in the design of a structure. I have already told you that after analysis we do design. In an analysis, we usually take what? We usually take the load of members, the load of a members, and we analyze the members, and we calculate the its shear force and bending moment diagram, so that we came to know that the you can say the limit of the force that a member can take. how much bending a member can take or how much shear a member can take. So we can obtain those values from the shear force and bending moment diagram of a member. But when we are dealing with the live loads or heavy loads, when the load is changing or when the load is a moving load, not a fixed load, so in that case, at each and every point, the reaction will get changed. As you can see in a shear force and bending moment diagram, we do what? We calculate the reaction force and we draw the shear force and bending moment at each and every point along the member. But when the load, that is the case when the load, when the applied loads are dead loads are fixed loads. But a case when the loads are moving, लोड्स हमारे पास मूव कर रही है, तो the load influence at each point will get differ. अगर लेट सपोज लोड हमारे पास इस पोजीशन पे अप्लाई हो, लेट मी शो यू. If the load is at this position, so it will be having a different impact at this point and at this point. Now when we move the load to this location, so it will be having a greater influence at these points and a lesser influence at these points. So so how we will be going to deal with these, you can say the moving load or the live loads. So in that case, instead of drawing the shear force and bending moment diagram, we draw its influence lines. Not a shear line, not a moment line, we draw its influence line. So in a shear force and moment diagram, we studied about the dead load or the fixed loads, and it is important for determining the maximum internal forces in a structure, as we are going to design our structure on the basis of these moments and shears that has been applied over the members. So we determine the maximum internal forces because of the dead load or the fixed load in case when we draw the shear and the moment diagram. But when the structure is subjected to some live loads or moving loads, then its variation cannot be shown using shear or moment, that will be shown using influence lines. So, what is an influence line? So, it represents the variation. It represents the variation of any reaction. Let's suppose if I am having a continuous beam, let's suppose this is support A, this is support B, this is support C. Now, if I subject the member to some moving load, that the loads will move along the member. And if I want to draw the effect of these moving loads over this support reaction A, let's suppose. If I apply the load over here, what will be the condition of this support? If I apply the moving load over here, what will be the condition of support A? And if I apply it over here, so how much force will be transferred to the support A? So it's mean I'm taking only one point. I move the loads over the member and I determine the variation of the loads at this point, at this single point. So the influence line represent the variation of a reaction. Now if let's suppose I am taking a member, let's suppose a simply supported beam, and if I say that how much shear will be developed at the mid of the member used because of the moving loads. So the variation of the shear, if I applied a moving load over here, how much shear will be developed at the midpoint? If I applied a moving load over here, how much shear force will be developed or how much moment will be developed at this point? So the influence line will show us the variation of the reaction, the shear, the moment, or you can even draw the deflected shape of a member because of these moving loads. At a specific point, this thing is important. At a specific point is here in this example, I mentioned the support A. The load is moving along the member and I am calculating just the reaction at support A. And I'll be drawing the reaction, the diagram or the influence line diagram for only the support A. Similarly, if I'm considering this example, the shear example or the moment example, so I'm considering only the midpoint, the specific point, and I'm determining the shear force and bending moment at this specific point because of the moving loads. So once the influence line is drawn, the location of the live load which will cause the greatest influence on the structure can be found very quickly. The same condition as we have drawn the shear force and bending moment diagram, and for which shear and moment we will be going to design a structure. So for the larger or the maximum value of shear and for the larger or the maximum value of movement, we will be designing our structure, and that structure will be safe if a lesser load is applied over it. So we are designing basically for the maximum conditions, and the load on a members or on a structure may came lower than the what lower than the assumed shear and movement, so our structure will be then safe. So similar situation goes for the influence lines as well. We draw the influence line and we determine the location of the live load which will cause the greatest influence on a structure. So as we are moving our load, let's suppose in this case, in this simply supported beam, we can apply a moving load over here, we can apply a moving load over here, and we are determining the effect of this moving load or the movement at the mid of the member. So at which point, at this point or this point or this point, at which point there will be a maximum influence on the mid, so we will be determining that point using the influence lines. So, therefore, influence lines are important in the design of a structure where the loads moved along the span. Like if let's suppose we are designing a bridge or we are designing conveyors or cranes, etc. So, in that case, we will have to draw the influence lines for each and every point of a member. So, although the procedure for constructing the influence line is rather simple, it's really a simple method. You will be seeing in the upcoming slides that how we will be determining the influence line for one, you can say for a reaction or a movement or a shear. So it is important to remember the difference between constructing an influence line and constructing a shear and movement line. So from all these discussion, what you guys are getting regarding the influence lines or regarding the shear and movement lines? So anyone who can tell me a little bit difference between the shear and the shear force movement diagram and the influence line diagram? Anyone? If they get something from my discussion, they can tell me that. Anything.
An influence line basically shows that how the moment or shear force or any other deflection will vary when a concentrated load moves over the span. So it will vary, just like for shear force and bending moment diagram. It's like fixed because the loads are fixed, not changing. But in case of influence lines, the loads will vary. So the variation, the shear force and moment diagram will also vary.
The loads will vary. Not the load will vary. The load will move along the member. And in a shear force and movement diagram, we consider the loads as fixed. Yes, this is one difference. And another difference. Anyone else very good to you? Anyone else who can tell me another difference between the shear and the movement? I have emphasizes on the one point in the definition of the influence lines. So that one points who will going to tell me कौन सी वो पॉइंट है जिस पे मैंने emphasize किया था? That one point is actually the difference between the shear and the movement. Who will going to
That
tell
is
me?
the location of the uh, load.
Location of the load, that is the load is moving and the other the load is fixed. So one difference तो ये हुआ. So let me have another slide so that we can easily write with ourselves the difference between the shears and the influence lines. So, one by one. Here we have a shear and moment diagram, and here we have influence line. One difference among the influence line and the shear forces, here they are because of the dead loads are fixed loads, and here they are because of the live loads or moving loads. Acha. So next difference. Anyone? Anyone else who can add something to this? Add something to this. Come on. Just think over it. Okay, so let me tell you all the difference between the shear force and bending moment diagram and the influence lines. Here we are considering the loads as fixed loads, and we are calculating the reaction once. We are calculating the reactions, or in the reactions you can take it as a shear, support reactions, and a moment. We calculate it once, but in influence lines we will be calculating all the reactions after each displacement of load. जैसे ही हम लोड को डिस्प्लेस करेंगे हमने रिएक्शंस को अगेन एंड अगेन कैलकुलेट करना होगा. सो this is not a once case, we will be repeating the calculations. And another difference between the shear and the influence lines, the third thing is we are considering all points over here, all points along the member. What does it mean? It means we are drawing the shear force and bending moment diagram for each point along the member. हम हर एक पॉइंट की कंसिडरेशन करके पूरी की पूरी बीम की या पूरी की पूरी मेंबर की शेयर फोर्स और बेंडिंग मूवमेंट डायग्राम ड्रा करते हैं. बट हियर वी आर कंसिडरिंग वन स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट. As I have given you the example of the reaction at support A, that I told you that we will be moving the load along the member and we will be calculating only the reaction at support A, and we will be drawing the influence line diagram for the reaction at support A. Similarly, I given you an example of the shear force at the mid of a simply supported beam. So we will be moving the load all over the member and we will be calculating only the shear or the movement at the mid of the simply supported beam, and we will be drawing its shear force and bending moment diagram. So we are considering a specific point in the influence line diagram, and then we do what? We draw its influence line diagram at the last. But here we are considering all points along the member. So the loads are fixed. We will be calculating the reaction once and we will be considering all points along the member. Then we can draw the shear and moment diagram. And from here we can get the what? We can get the maximum internal forces. Maximum internal forces. And here we get the maximum influence. That is not, you can say, the internal force developed. That is just the influence when we apply the loads at some specific point and we calculate the reaction. Let's suppose तो loads को हम किस point पे apply करें कि reactions और supports हमारे पास maximum आए. तो we are determining only the influence over here. The main thing is the same, the shear force and bending moment diagram. We will be still designing on the basis of the shear force and bending moment diagram, but we want to determine the greatest influence of a live loads over a structure. So that's why we are drawing the influence line diagram for the members. So is that clear to you all now, the difference between the shear and movement diagram and the influence lines? Clear, Happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Chale, so let's move on. So here they've discussed only one difference. I have told you three or four differences between these two. They have discussed the influence line represent the effect of moving loads only at a specified point on a member. Just remember the example of a reaction at a support A of a continuous beam and at the shear and moment of a mid span. So that is what we are considering a specific point, and we are determining the effect of the moving load over that point. We actually move the loads and we are determining the reactions are the functions, you can say, the displacement, the shear, the moment, and the reaction at a specified point. Whereas in shear force and bending moment diagram, this represent the effect of a fixed load at all points along the member. So let's suppose if I draw the shear force diagram over here of a member, let's suppose this one. And if I am having what? If I am having an applied load over here, so a reaction here and a reaction here, so here to here and then this. This will be the shear force diagram for this type of loading. So what we are doing? We are calculating these reaction forces, these two, and we are drawing the shear force diagram at each specified point along the member. You can see. Similarly, here we will be having a shear over here. For this point, we'll be having a shear at this point. For here, 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 here. So we are considering each specified point, all points along the member, and we are drawing its shear diagram. But if let's suppose I told you to draw the influence line for the reaction at A, so that will be what? That will be like this, that there will be a maximum reaction when the load is applied over here. The reaction will reduce when the load move along the member. So this is the influence line diagram and this is the shear force diagram. So you can see in the influence line diagram we are considering only this point and we are drawing the shear you can say the diagram or the influence line diagram for only this one point. And in the shear force and bending moment diagram, we are considering each and every point along the member. So this is the difference between the influence line in a shear force and bending moment diagrams. So let's move towards how we will be going to construct or drawing the influence line diagram. So we can either use a tabular method or we can use an equation method for determining the influence lines. What we will be doing in a tabular procedure, we will be place a unit load at each point x along the member, you can say. We will be placing, let's suppose if someone want me to draw the shear force or the variation of the this reaction. Let's suppose this is reaction at point A and this is reaction at point B. So I'll be doing what? I will be placing a unit load, a unit load, a magnitude or load having a magnitude equal to 1. I'll be placing a unit load over here and I'll be finding this reaction. Then again I'll be placing a unit load over here and I'll be finding this reaction again. Again I'll be placing a unit load over here and I'll be finding the reaction over here. Then from these values I'll be drawing the its influence line diagram. You can say it will be like this. Similarly, if someone wants me to draw the influence line for the reaction at support B, so I'll be placing the same way unit load over here. I'll be calculating this reaction. Similarly, I'll be moving the load to here. I'll be calculating this reaction, and then I'll be moving the load to here. I'll be calculating this reaction, and then I'll be drawing its influence line over here. So, what we actually do, we place a unit load at a point x along the member. हम लूट की जो लेट्स सपोज अलोंग द लेंथ डिस्टेंस है वो हम वेरी करते हैं, मूव करते हैं, एंड वी आर डिटरमिनिंग द फंक्शन. Like if we are required to determine the reaction or the shear or the movement or the reflection, so we will be calculating that. Use the equations of equilibrium to find the values of the function, that is the shear moment or the reaction, at a specific point P due to this concentrated load X, the applied unit load X. We'll be repeating the same procedure. We'll be again placing the unit load at some other location and we'll be using equation of equilibrium to determine the function. Similarly, again we will be placing the unit load at some other location and we'll be determining the reaction using equations of equilibrium. And in the last we will be plotting the values of the reaction if you are required to determine the reaction or the shear or the moment. So this is the tabular procedure for drawing the influence line. We have another procedure, that is equation procedure. In an equation procedure we do what? Let's suppose I'm having a beam like this and I want to determine the let's suppose this one, the reaction over here. So I will place a unit load at a distance x, let's suppose, unit load, a load having magnitude 1, and I'll be writing the equation of this reaction, the equation of this reaction in terms of x, in terms of x, and then I'll be giving different values to x and I'll be calculating this reaction force Ra. So how will be doing this? Let's suppose this is Ra, this is Rb. So take a summation of movement at point B equal to 0. And let's suppose this whole length is L. So this will be L minus X. So the movement that can be caused by this one unit load will be 1 into L minus X. And the movement that will be caused because of Ra will be minus Ra into L. This will be equal to 0. So Ra is represented as what? L minus X divided by L. So let's suppose if this is of 6 feet. So 6 minus X divided by 6. So give different values to X, you will get a reaction Ra at these different values or different distances, and then you will again then you will at the last plotting this reaction. If you are required to draw the shear, so represent the shear in terms of x. If you are required to draw the movement, so represent the movement in terms of x. And then again at the last, plot the values of the reaction, shear or moment for the member. So for example, if we are required to construct the influence line for the vertical reaction at A of the beam, let's suppose if you are required to draw the influence line at this for the reaction at support A. So what we will be doing? First place the unit load above the point A at x is equal to 0. We have placed the unit load over here. We are going to determine the reaction A. Even you can do what, you can determine the reaction By as well. And you can draw the shear and moment, the influence line for both the reaction Ay and By. But here we are required only for to determine the influence line for the reaction at point A. So we will be only calculating the reaction over here. So take a summation of forces. You can say take a summation of forces in the x direction or the y direction. But before that, you'll be going to take a moment at point B. So take a moment at point B, that will be, let's suppose, Ay into 10 or minus 1 into 10. So Ay come out to be 10 at x, 1 at x is equal to 0. So at x is equal to 0, Ay is how much? Ay is 1. Again, move the load to, let's suppose, x is equal to 2.5 feet. That depend upon you are. Wherever you want to place the load. Even you can place the load at x is equal to 3 feet. So let's suppose if we are putting the load at x is equal to 2.5 feet. Again, determine the reaction at this point. If this is 2.5, so this distance will be how much? 10 minus 2.5. That is 7.5. So the again take a moment at point B. 1 into 7.5 minus Ay into 10. So Ay come out to be 0.75. So at x is equal to 2.5, Ay is what? Ay is 0.75. Similarly, place the load at x is equal to 5 feet. Place the unit load at x is equal to 5 feet. and again take the moment at point B, sorry. So 1 into 5 into 1 into 10, plus 1 into 10. So it will give me ay is equal to 0 0.5 at x is equal to 5. Similar goes for when the load is placed at x is equal to 7.5. Again, take the summation of moment at point B, calculate the reaction at point A. This will come out to be 0.25, and then again place the load at point B. So we have varied the load, we have moved the load along the whole member length. You can see we have moved the unit load along the member, and we have determined the AY at each point, you can say. So this is the variation of A when the load is moving along the member. So when the load is placed at x is equal to 0, so the reaction at AY is 1. When the load moves to x is equal to 2.5, the reaction come out to be 0.75. When the load moves to 5 feet, the reaction come out to be zero point 0.5. When the load moves to 7.5 location, the load come out to be 0.25 at the reaction AY. So now we will be drawing the influence line for the reaction at point A like this. At 0 it is 1, at 2.5 it is 0.75, at 5 it is zero point 0.5, and at in 7.5 it is 0.25, and at 10 it is 0. So this is the influence line diagram for the reaction at point A. Similarly, you can from here you can directly draw the influence line for the reaction at point B. How? Just take another column. We have the applied load of 1, and the reaction at AY is 1. So how much reaction will be developed at point B?
Zero.
It will be 0. If the overall load that is applied over the member is 1, and we have a reaction force of AY equal to 0.75, so how much reaction will be at point B?
0.25.
0.25.
1 minus 0.75, that is 0.25. Similarly, this will be zero point 0.5, this will be 0.75, and this will be 1. So the influence line for the reaction at point B will be like this. So you can even draw the let's suppose if you are required to have to draw the variation of the shear, we will be discussing it um, and then another example. Let's suppose this is known as the tabular method for determining the influence line. The tabular method, we are placing the loads at each location, and we are taking the summation of moment at each point, and we are calculating it. Then we represent our answer in the form of a table, and then we draw the shear and and we draw the influence line. Similarly, we can do the same using equation method. We place the unit load at you can say at a distance x, and if we are required to determine the influence line for AY, we will be taking summation of moment at point B. So take summation of moment at point B and take counterclockwise moments as positive as you are assumed, and determine the value of AY in terms of x. This will be how much? This will be 10 minus x. This distance will be 10 minus x. So AY into 10 plus 1 into 10 minus x, this will be equal to 0. So AY come out to be what? AY come out to be 1 minus 1 over 10x. Now give the different values to x. First give x is equal to 0, then give x is equal to 2.5, then x is equal to 5, then x is equal to 7.5, then an x is equal to 10. You will be getting the same values you can see over here. Then this is the influence line using equation method. Similarly, we can here we have another example, example number 2, to construct the influence line for the vertical reaction at support B. ये कौन सी बीम है हमारे पास?
ये propped beam है.
It's not a prop beam. Anyone else?
Overhanging.
Overhanging beam.
It's an overhanging beam, you can say. This portion is cantilever, and this is a simply supported. So this is overhanging beam. So a unit load, first placed a unit load at let me first tell him an idea regarding the propped beam. Propped beam is this one, beta. Afak naam hai na inka. This one is propped beam.
Okay मैम, okay, वो गलती से निकल गया था.
It's okay. So in an example number 2, we are required to determine the influence line for the vertical reaction at support B. So place a unit load the same way if you are doing it using tabular method. So place the unit load at x is equal to 0 location and determine the reaction force By. The same way, take summation of moment at point A equal to 0 and calculate By. Then again at x is equal to 2.5, again take summation of moment at point A and calculate By. Now move the load to x is equal to 5 meter. You will have to move the unit load along the wall member length. Take x is equal to 7, load unit load at x is equal to 7.5. Again take summation of moment at point A and again take calculate the reaction force By, and you will get this thing. At x is equal to 0, it will give you this 2.5. These x values you can vary. You can even just calculate the value at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 5, and at x is equal to 10. So the more you calculate it, the more precise values you will be getting at each and every point. But if you have no time, or if the time is short, let's suppose an exam, so you can even take 3 or 4 points and determine the influence line for a member, so that will not be that much matter. Your influence line will still be correct. You will be only having to take the values at the start and at the end. ये values आपने मिस नहीं करनी होंगी बीच में. You can even take 1 iteration or 2 iteration or 3 iterations, that depend upon you. You can even draw the influence line for the reaction at point B using equation method. The same way, apply a unit load at a distance x, take summation of moment at point A, determine By in terms of x, then give different values to x, you will get the reaction force By. Draw the values along the distance. Acha. So now that was about the calculating the reactions. Now if we want to determine or construct the influence line for the shear at point C, let's suppose, if you are required to determine the shear force, the shear let's suppose the shear influence or the shear force influence line, so what you will be doing, you will be the same way, first following the tabular method and then the equation method, or you can even do any one of it. If this is not specified to either use the tabular method or equation method, so depend upon you कि कौन सा method आप लोग को feasible लगता है या easy लगता है. You can use any one of that. But if it is mentioned that use both the methods, so you will have to use then. Acha. So how we will be going to determine the reaction, the shear force, let's suppose at point C. So place a unit load, calculates its reaction forces. The same way हमने unit load को place किया, then we calculate the reaction both at support AY and BY. So जहाँ से हमें easy लगेगा हम वहाँ से C पे section लेंगे. Let's suppose if you are taking the section from the left, so from here, so here one load is AY, the other applied load at AY, and the downward shear over here will be taken as positive. So from the left, so VC plus 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0. So this come out to be VC is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Again, place the unit load at x is equal to 2.5. Calculate the reaction at AY and BY. the same way summation of forces at point B equal to 0, तो ay calculate हो जाएगा. And for the calculation of by, you can either use summation of moment at point A, or you can either use summation of at point A, and you can even use summation of forces in the y direction equal to 0. So reactions calculate करनी, तो I hope so आप सबको clear है. The next thing is that you will be calculating the shear at point C when the load is applied at x is equal to 2.5. So now just keep one thing in your mind that when अगर आप लोग का जो पॉइंट है उसी पॉइंट जिस पॉइंट पे आप लोगों ने शेयर कैलकुलेट करना है या मूवमेंट कैलकुलेट करना है, और आप उसी पॉइंट पे लेट सपोज शेयर फोर्स लेट सपोज अपना फोर्स लेंगे, अप्लाइड लोड लेंगे, तो क्या होगा? द शेयर एट दैट लोकेशन विल सिंपली कम आउट टू बी जीरो. सो आपको उस वेरिएशन का अंदाजा नहीं होगा कि इस पॉइंट पे जो वेरिएशन मेरे पास आ रही है वो कितनी है. तो आप क्या करेंगे? आप उस पॉइंट के आइदर टू द लेफ्ट सेक्शन लेंगे और आइदर टू द राइट सेक्शन लेंगे इन ऑर्डर टू कैलकुलेट द इंटरनल फोर्सेस और द इफेक्ट, एंड दैट डिस्टेंस विल बी नेग्लिजिबल अप टू द पॉइंट के आप लोगों की जो फोर्सेस होंगी दैट विल नॉट कैंसल आउट ईच अदर. सो what you will be doing, you will be taking a section just to the left of point C, just to the left, बिल्कुल C के लेफ्ट साइड पे, so that कि आपको C के वेरिएशन का पता चल सके. अगर आप बिल्कुल पॉइंट C पे लेंगे, so that forces will cancel out each other और कोई इफेक्ट आप लोग को पॉइंट C पे नहीं दिखेगा. So for this you will be taking a section just to the left and just to the right to see how the shear force vary at point C. So let's suppose if I am taking the section just to the left of point C, and if I'm moving from over here, here in this they are in the slides they are calculating the shear from the right, but I am giving you an idea that how you will be calculating it from the left. So you can either take the right or the left, so depending upon you. So here I am taking, it means the point C is just over here, and you are taking the section just to the right of point A, just to the left of point A, sorry. This is your reaction for 0.75 and this is your 1 unit load applied at 2.5. So the reaction at point C, let's suppose we are taking the positive shear condition, VC. So this VC plus 1 minus 0.75 will be equal to 0. So VC will come out to be what? VC will be minus 0.25 downward. Again, take a section just to the right of point C. I told you at the point where you are going to calculate the reaction, the shear and the moment. So at that point, you will be taking a section just to the left or just to the right. So now I am taking the section just to the right of point C. So if I am taking the section just to the right of point C, तो मेरा section तो यहाँ पे load यहाँ पे आएगा point C के right पे. तो अगर मैं section यहाँ पे लूंगी, so here there will be no influence of the one load because that is applied just to the right of point C. One load जो है तो left side से अब मेरे पास नहीं आएगा, because जो load है वो मैंने point C के बिल्कुल right side पे apply किया है, point C पे apply नहीं किया, and I am taking the section at point C. So ये 1 unit load तो अब हमारे पास कोई influence इस if you are considering from the left, so कोई influence cause नहीं करेगा. So VC will be simply equal to 0.75 plus 0.75. ये चीज clear है? ये just to the left और just to the right का concept clear है?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone else other than you having any issue? चलिए, so that's good. The similar situation you will be doing for the movement as well. Remember this thing. Now take the unit load at x is equal to 5 feet. Again, calculate the reaction AY and BY. Take a section at point C where you are required to determine the shear force. Take a section at point C over here, and then again determine the value of VC, that will come out to be 0.5. Again, take x is equal to 7.5, calculate AY and BY, and then again take a section at point C, either from the left or from the right, and determine the value of VC. Similarly, place the unit load at point 1, B, and then the same way calculate the reactions and then VC. So this will be your influence line diagram for the shear at point C. You can see over here at x is equal to 0, it is 0. At just to the left of point C, that is just to the left of 2.5 feet, it come out to be minus 0.25, and just to the right it come out to be 0.75. At 5 it is 0.5, at 7 point it is 0.25. So draw the influence line. At x is equal to 0, it is 0. At x is equal to 2.5, first it is 0 minus 0.25, and in the same way at x is equal to 2.5, it is 0.75 and positive, so move up like this. At the same point you have two values, one is to the left and one is to the right, and at x is equal to 5 feet it is 0.5, and at 7.5 it is 0.25. So this is the influence line diagram for the shear at point C. Similarly, we can use the equation method for determining the shear at point C. Take unit load at some random location x and determine the reaction force AY and BY in terms of x. So when we get the reaction forces AY and BY in terms of x, so first you will be doing what? You will be applying the unit load at you can say at just to the left of point C, and you will be determining the equation of the shear, and then you will be applying the unit load just to the right of point C, and you will be determining the equation of the shear, and then you will be giving the values to this. Acha, if you are considering the left portion, this one, पहले तो हमने रिएक्शन फोर्सेस को इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्स कैलकुलेट कर लिया. द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज टू कैलकुलेट द शेयर इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्स, द शेयर एट पॉइंट सी इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्स. सो वहां हमने टू सेक्शंस को कंसिडर करना होगा. यहाँ just to the left of the section where the distance is from 0 to 2.5, then we have point C, and after this just to the right का section अगर हम लेंगे तो the section is from 0 to 7.5. So the total is how much? The total is 10 feet. So first calculate VC for this condition. When you are having, let's suppose I'm considering this to the right section. So BY is 1 over 10 of x. So calculate VC in terms of what? In terms of x. Take summation of forces in the y direction equal to 0, and upward forces are taken as positive. So plus VC and plus 1 over 10 of x. So VC come out to be minus 1 over 10 of x, for which when the load is placed just to the left. When the load is placed just to the left, that is from, so this equation of VC will be valid only from 0 to 2.5. From 0 to 2.5, this equation of VC will be valid. You will be using this equation of VC when you give when you apply the load, unit load at this range. When we apply the unit load at 1.5, let's say 1.9, so you will be using this equation for VC. Again, place the load just to the right, determine the reaction forces, that will be the same, and then take a section at point C. You can calculate the C from here and from here as well. And let's suppose I am calculating it from the right. So from the right of point C, from the right of this section, I am having this one load, unit load. I am having this BY. So summation of forces at summation of forces in the y direction equal to 0. So I'm having VC 1 and 1 over 10 of x. So this equation of VC will be valid for the condition when the distance x varies from 2.5 to 10. So you have two conditions. When the x value ranging from 0 to 2.5, VC will be minus 1 over 10 of x. And if the values varies from 2.5 to 10, so VC will be this one. So you can even take more than two values, like you can even calculate the VC at 1.5 as well. So for 1.5 you will be using this equation, and for, let's suppose you are calculating the VC value at 8.5, so you will be using this range. So this is the shear and the force diagram, or the influence line for the shear at point C using equation method. क्लियर है? क्लियर है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
चले सही है, लेट्स मूव ऑन. कोई इशू तो नहीं है ना? आस्क मी इफ देयर इज एनी इशू.
नहीं ma'am.
चले, गुड. Now we have discussed how we will be drawing the influence line for the reactions. Then we discussed how we will be drawing the influence line for a shear, let's suppose at any point. Now we will be discussing how we will be determining the movement at a point in a member. How we will be drawing the influence line for movement. In this example, we have given with a simply supported beam, and we are required to determine the moment or the influence line for the moment at point C. Here it is not mentioned to use which method, that is the tabular method or the equation method. So that's depend upon you. जो method भी आप use करना चाहो use कर सकते हो. So let's suppose first we will be trying it using the tabular method. So हम क्या करेंगे, हम वही at different locations पे unit load apply करेंगे, reactions calculate करेंगे, section लेंगे at point C पे, और उस section पे हम movement calculate करेंगे. So at x is equal to 0, let's suppose the reaction AY come out to be 1, BY come out to be 0. Now take a section at point C. हमने पॉइंट सी पे सेक्शन लिया. यू कैन कैलकुलेट इट फ्रॉम ओवर हेयर और फ्रॉम ओवर हेयर. Like if let's suppose we are taking the right section, so discard the previous one. इस पीछे लेफ्ट वाले पोर्शन को डिस्कार्ड कर दे. We are only considering, or we are only determining the movement from the right side. So by is 0, so movement will be 0. Again take place a unit load at x is equal to 2.5 feet. Acha, calculate the reactions, the next step, and the third step will be taking a section at point C. Point C पे section लिया, इस portion को consider किया हमने, and the movement over here will be how much? 0.25 multiply 5 plus or minus MC depending upon your assumed sign. So let's suppose if counterclockwise movements are taken as positive, so minus MC plus 0.25 into 5. So MC come out to be 1.25. Now, place the load at x is equal to 5 feet. When we place the load at x is equal to 5 feet, calculate the calculate what? Calculate the reaction forces, and the third step is to take the section at point C. Take a section at point C and calculate the movement over here as MC minus 0.5 into 5. So MC come out to be 2.5. Again, um, at x is equal to 7.5 feet, again calculate the reaction and take the moment at point C. Take a section and calculate the moment at point C. And again place the moment at x is equal to 10 feet, and similar calculate the reaction and then the moment. This will be your what? This will be your moment diagram, influence line for the moment at point C. You can see at 0 it is 0, at 2.5 it is 1.5, at this it is this much, and then so on. If we are using an equation method for determining the movement, so the same way, place a unit load at any random distance x and calculate the reactions first. So that वो चीज तो easy है, आप लोग reactions calculate कर लेंगे. Now इफ रिएक्शंस कैलकुलेट करने के बाद आपने क्या करना होगा, आपने यूनिट लोड को पॉइंट सी के लेफ्ट पे प्लेस करना होगा. प्लेस द यूनिट लोड जस्ट टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ पॉइंट सी, दैट इज from here to here. We are considering from 0 to 5, or take a section over here. सेक्शन लिया हमने. हम सेक्शन लेने के बाद क्या करेंगे, हम एम सी कैलकुलेट करेंगे, आइदर फ्रॉम हेयर और फ्रॉम हेयर, हमारी मर्जी. So let's suppose if we are calculating it from the right, so MC come out to be 1 over 10 of x into 5. So MC come out to be x by 2 for this range. Again, place the unit load just to the right of point C, and again take a section at point C, discard one portion, take the other portion. Let's suppose that I'm taking this portion. So the whole distance over here is now x, and this distance till point C is how much? This is 5. So the distance between the point C, where we are taking the section, and the load will be how much? This will be x minus 5, and this distance is already known to us, that is 5 feet. So 1 over 10 into x into how much? Sorry, this is the wall is 5 feet, minus 1 into x minus 5. This will give us the movement in the range of 5 to 10. So if we are determining the, let's suppose, the values of the movement from at the range of 0 to 5, so we will be using this equation, and from 5 to 10 we will be using this equation. So you can see over here, at x is equal to 5 feet, when you are calculating the movement from here and from here, both will give you the same results, that is 2.5. So at 5 feet it is 2.5, and the greatest influence of the movement will be at 5 feet at the mid portion. So this is how we will be drawing the movement using equation method. यहाँ तक clear है? This is this procedure, this tabular procedure and this equation procedure, when we are calculating the values of the shear and the moment. So and this is known as what? This is known as the quantitative method for the calculation of influence line, for drawing the influence lines. Quantitative method. We are calculating the quantities and then we are drawing the influence lines. So this is known as the quantitative method for the determination of the influence line, for the reactions, for the shear and for the moment. Now, if let's suppose you are required to determine the influence line when the structure is subjected to a 10 kip load, तो क्या करेंगे आप? यहाँ तो हमने यूनिट लोड की वेरिएशन डिटरमिन कर ली ना, कि यूनिट लोड अगर वेरी करेगा तो हमारे पास शेयर और मूवमेंट का रिस्पॉन्स उस पॉइंट पे क्या होगा. Now if I want you all to convert this thing to a 10 kip load, so क्या करेंगे? यूनिट लोड के लिए तो हमने डिटरमिन कर ली ना इन्फ्लुएंस लाइन. Now if you want
यूनिट की जगह 10 रिप्लेस कर देंगे.
Yes, you can do the same. You can replace the unit load with the 10 kip load. That is correct. But now, if you are given with a influence line for a unit loads, and you are and you are required to transfer it to let's suppose 10 kip, 20 kip, or any other load, so फिर क्या करेंगे?
मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 10 और 20.
मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे.
एग्जैक्टली. सो आप उस इन्फ्लुएंस लाइन के जिस जिस लोड्स पे आपके लिए रिक्वायर्ड हो, तो उसी लोड से मल्टीप्लाई करके you will get the influence line for your required load. So this is all about the quantitative method for the determination of influence lines. And another methods which we can easily use is the qualitative influence line. Qualitative influence lines in 1886, Heinrich Müller-Breslau Mueller-Breslau, he's you can say a structural engineer or a scientist or anyone. He developed a simple method, a rather a very simple method for the determination of the influence line, जहाँ पे आप लोगों को calculations वगैरह की ज़रूरत नहीं होगी. You will be only considering what? You will be only having an idea of the deflected shape of a member. अगर आप कोई लोड अप्लाई करेंगे आपके मेंबर का डिफ्लेक्टेड शेप क्या होगा. On the basis of that deflected shape you can easily draw the influence line simply. So the Mueller-Breslau principle states that the influence line for a function, for any function, that is for the shear, for movement or the reaction, is to the same scale as the deflected shape of the beam. जो आपकी deflected shape होगी वही आपका influence line होगा according to Mueller-Breslau. When the beam is acted upon by a function. अगर let's suppose you are required to determine the reaction at point A, the influence line for the reaction. So आप उस influence line उस reaction पे अगर let's suppose कोई load apply करेंगे, let's say I am having this simply supported beam and if I required to draw the influence line for the reaction at point A, so this is my let's suppose beam. So I'm only considering this load. I'm only considering this load. So consider this. If we apply a load over here, तो इस beam के साथ क्या होगा? It will move up. Sorry. हम अगर लेट सपोज यहाँ पे लोड अप्लाई करेंगे, इमेजिन करना होगा आपने ये चीज, तो क्या होगा? यहाँ पे तो एक अदर रिएक्शन है, तो द बीम विल नॉट मूव फ्रॉम हियर. बट इफ वी अप्लाई अ लोड एट दिस लोकेशन, so the beam will move like this above, and here it will not move. So in the previous examples we have studied regarding this thing. तो आपने देखा था ना कि जो influence line थी हमारी वो AC थी. So because of this load the beam will move like this. The beam will move up. This is the deflected shape of the beam with respect to this load. So you can see this deflected shape is your what? Is your influence line that we have already calculated. The same way. So to draw the deflected shape properly, the ability of the beam to resist the applied function must be removed. So let's have an example, then it will be clear to you. The shape of the influence line for the vertical reaction. So हम क्या करेंगे? Let's suppose हम यहाँ पे एक reaction force apply करेंगे, तो B पे तो वो resist होगा, A पे तो नहीं होगा, तो हमारा beam ऊपर move करेगा. This will be the deflected shape and the same will be your influence line diagram for the reaction at point A. Similarly, you can do it for the reaction at point B. अगर let's suppose हम point B पे करें, तो ये A का रिएक्शन हम हटा लेंगे, B का रिएक्शन हम यहाँ पे लगा लेंगे, by. So now the structure will not move at this location because there is no load over here, but there is a load over here, so the structure will move up. यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. And similarly A तक वो 0 चला जाएगा. So this will be the, you can say, the influence line for the reaction at point B. Simply using the deflected shape. Now if let's suppose find the shape of the influence line for the shear at point B. So हम क्या करेंगे? हम इस point C को एक roller support में change कर देंगे to draw its deflected shape. हम इसे एक roller support में change कर देंगे. So C पे हमारे पास एक roller support आया जिसके left पे let's suppose if we are considering the reaction force, so जो left वाला होगा यहाँ पे, so downward shear are taken as positive. And here the upward shear are taken as positive. So this shear will try to move the member down. This shear will try to move the member down and इस रेशन पे हमारे पास कोई deflection नहीं आएगी, तो A से deflected shape होगा हमारे साथ. Similarly, this shear will try to move the member up. And यहाँ पे B पे reaction होगा, तो this support होगा, तो this support will not will not allow the structure to get deflect. So यहाँ से हमारे पास जो डिफ्लेक्टेड शेप होगी बी पे नो डिफ्लेक्शन सो जीरो. So you can see over here, this is the deflected shape in case of a shear. We have determined it already. So just by drawing the deflected shape, we can draw the shear, the influence line according to Mueller-Breslau principle. Similarly, if we are required to draw the influence line for the movement, so point A और B पे तो support है, तो यहाँ पे 0 0 movement. Now if let's suppose I apply movement like this over here, so this movement will try to move the member up. ऐसे move करेगा member को, you can see ऐसे. So structure ऐसे move होगा. Similarly, this movement will try to move the member upward like this. जैसे हम नीचे से इस पे कोई load apply कर रहे हैं, तो ये structure हमारे पास ऐसे ऊपर move करेगा. So you can see point C पे हमारे पास क्या होगा? This one. So this will be the movement diagram based upon the deflected shape. So how easy it is कि हम just अपनी loads को imagine करें, हम अपनी loads को ऐसे imagine करें कि how it will be deflecting our beam. So based upon that, we can apply the Mueller-Breslau principle to draw the influence line qualitatively. Similarly, you can see over here, if we want to draw the vertical reaction at point A, so अगर हम यहाँ पे let's suppose force apply करेंगे तो ये support हमारे पास ऊपर move करेगा, ये support move नहीं करेगा because it will resist the load. तो जब ये सपोर्ट ऊपर मूव करेगा तो ये पोर्शन चूंकि ओवरहैंगिंग है तो ये भी स्ट्रक्चर के साथ मूव करेगा लाइक दिस. यहाँ से हमारा स्ट्रक्चर मूव करेगा, यहाँ पे कोई मूवमेंट नहीं होगी. तो जब यहाँ पे मूवमेंट नहीं होगी तो यहाँ पे ये ओवरहैंगिंग पोर्शन नीचे आ जाएगा. So this is the deflected shape simply, and drawing this deflected shape will give us the influence line. इस सपोर्ट पे जीरो मूवमेंट, जीरो डिफ्लेक्शन, ये पोर्शन ऊपर मूव करेगा and this portion will move down. Similar is the case. Let's suppose if we are required to calculate, let's suppose if I call this reaction at point B is reaction at B. So क्या होगा? यहाँ से अगर मैं reaction force apply करूंगी, so ये portion of the beam will move up. यहाँ से आएगा सपोर्ट बी पे, चूंकि रिएक्शन होगा तो इट विल नॉट अलाउ द स्ट्रक्चर टू मूव. डिफ्लेक्शन जीरो होगी सपोर्ट पे, एंड रिमेंबर दिस थिंग, सपोर्ट पे हमारी डिफ्लेक्शन जीरो होती है, जीरो डिफ्लेक्शन. तो यहाँ पे कोई डिफ्लेक्शन नहीं होगी. सो एज द स्ट्रक्चर विल बिकॉज ऑफ दिस लोड, दिस ओवरहैंगिंग पोर्शन विल मूव डाउन. तो पूरी की पूरी स्ट्रक्चर ऐसे मूव करेगी. So this will be what? This will be the influence line for the reaction at point B. कैसे आएगी वो हमारे पास? यहाँ पे जीरो और यहाँ पे ऐसे. Similarly, if we want to sketch the reaction force, and if we are having an internal hinge at the location as well, so ये hinge की पूरी portion move करेगी. Hinge is not a support. I already explained this thing. Hinge is not a support. So hinge वाला portion हमारे पास ऊपर move करेगा. And जब hinge वाला portion ऊपर move करेगा तो ये वाला portion हमारे पास नीचे movement start कर देगा. So this will be the deflected shape when we apply the load at reactions at support A. So this will be the influence line for this reaction AY, the same as the deflected shape of the member. And another example, like let's suppose if we are required to draw the influence line for the shear at point C qualitatively, qualitative influence line. So the same, we will replace that point C by a roller support. We will be having a downward force at this location and an upward force. So this upward force will try to move the member up, and this downward force will try to move the member down. So you can see over here when member नीचे आएगा तो यहाँ पे एक another support है, तो deflection यहाँ पे zero होगी and this member will move up. Imagine the deflected shape of a member when we apply this shear force. So this will be the influence line for a member. The similar.
Excuse me मैम.
जी बेटा.
मैम ये previous slide में हम जो ये VC downward और VC upward है, तो ये हम इसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते? मतलब ये जहाँ पे डाउनवर्ड है वहाँ पे अपवर्ड कर दें और जहाँ पे अपवर्ड है वहाँ पे डाउनवर्ड कर दें.
You will be considering the positive shear conditions. यहाँ से अगर आप आएंगे यहाँ पे, वी आर एक्चुअली सेपरेटिंग द मेंबर एट दिस लोकेशन. सो अगर हम सेपरेट करेंगे मेंबर को, तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो शेयर फोर्स डेवलप होगी दैट विल बी डाउनवर्ड. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी आर कंसिडरिंग इट डाउनवर्ड. यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो शेयर फोर्स का लेट्स सपोज बनेगी, तो दैट विल बी अपवर्ड फ्रॉम हेयर. So we are considering the upward sign. As it is a qualitative, not a quantitative, so quantitatively it may get changed, but this qualitative will give you an idea regarding the influence line for the member. So that's why we are considering the positive share and the positive movement and the positive reaction conditions. अब clear है?
जी मैम.
So from here, the downward shear are considered as positive and the counterclockwise movements are considered as positive. So in our qualitative influence line, we will be considering the positive sign conventions. The same, the counterclockwise movement for this location, a clockwise movement for this location, an upward shear for this location, and a downward shear for this one. You can see over here, we are considering the movement based upon our positive sign convention. So if we apply a movement over here, so this will try to move the member this way, and here is a support, so no movement, so the overhanging portion will move down. Similarly, when we apply the deflected the movement over here, so this point will move up, and this will try to bend the member like this. So this is the deflected shape, and this is the same, the deflected shape, and the same will be the influence line based upon the Mueller-Breslau principle. Acha. So this is all about drawing the influence line for the beams. For the beams, we can either use a quantitative method or we can either use a qualitative method. So both the methods we can use, and the qualitative method is easy to the sense that we are only focusing on the deflected shape of a member. And जैसे ही हमारी deflected shape होगी, the same will be the you can say the influence line for the shear, for the movement, and for the reaction. So assuming or imagining the deflected shape of the member is the most important thing that you will have to keep in your mind while drawing the qualitative influence line for a function at any point, at any required point. So now move towards beam के influence line में तो कोई difficulty या कोई confusion नहीं है. Any confusion in drawing the influence lines for the beam conditions? No? So now let's move towards drawing the influence line for the trusses. How we will be determining the influence line for the trusses is I already told you that that the most of the bridge structures we is they are above the, you can say, the ground level. So providing such a member having heavier weight may affect its functionality. So usually in a shorter span portion, we mostly provide truss elements or truss bridges. Is it is lighter in weight, lighter materials, material lighter नहीं होता, but the it is economic because as compared to beam, we are using less materials while designing our truss members. So less material है, economize भी ज़्यादा होता है, and the third thing is that the places where the shear forces are not dominant, so we can simply use the truss elements at that locations. So the truss are often used as a primary load carrying element for a bridges. Load हमारे पास वही truss पे आता है. Hence for the design it is important to be able to construct the influence line for each of its member. उसके हर एक member के लिए we must have an idea regarding the influence line. Like if let's suppose the load moved over the bridge, so क्या होगा? Truss के member में forces की situation क्या होगी? How the moving load will influence the situation of the forces in each member of a truss. The same way when we analyze the truss, so we are determining the the force at each member of our trust, and that force, the applied load was what, that was fixed, our dead loads. उसी जॉइंट्स पे हमारे पास वही लोड्स अप्लाई थे, और हमने उसी डेड लोड्स और फिक्स लोड्स की हेल्प से क्या डिटरमिन किया, ईच मेंबर में फोर्स को डिटरमिन किया. सो दैट वाज आवर एनालिसिस ऑफ ट्रस्ट. Similarly, we can determine the load in each member several times when the loads move along the member. लोड्स की लोकेशन हम चेंज करेंगे और हम एक मेंबर या दो मेंबर को कंसिडर करेंगे, उस मेंबर में हमने मूविंग लोड का इफेक्ट कैलकुलेट करना होगा. Similar goes for all the members of the trust. If you are required to determine the, let's suppose you are required to determine the influence line of this member of our trust, let's suppose this member. So हम क्या करेंगे, we have this panel, this panel, this panel, this panel. So हम load को move करेंगे along the panels, and we will be determining the force in this. The same method of section or method of joints we can use. So हम क्या करेंगे, पैनल में लोड्स को मूव करेंगे, हर जॉइंट पे हम लोड को मूव करेंगे, और हम क्या करेंगे, इस मेंबर में फोर्स को कैलकुलेट करेंगे. So that will be what? That will be our influence line for this member of our truss. So as shown in the figure, the loading on the bridge deck is transmitted to the stringer. We have discussed it in a very detail. So who will going to explain the load carrying mechanism of this member which I have opened? Anyone? Let me pick the person. Let me pick myself. As we have discussed it 2 times. Imadullah Khan. Imadullah. Imadullah. Kindly respond. No? अच्छा. Shahid Khan. Are you hearing me? सुन रहे हो?
Yes, ma'am.
शाहिद खान, आप एक्सप्लेन करें द लोड कैरिंग मैकेनिज्म ऑफ दिस. कैसे लोड कैरी करेंगे ये? I have discussed it in a class, I think for more than 2 times. The same shape, the same things. First in module 1, then in module 3, and now over here.
मैम मेरा अकाउंट क्लोज था ड्यूज की वजह से, तो मैंने क्लासेस नहीं दिए थे.
ओके. मोहम्मद सईद, आप एक्सप्लेन करें.
Yes, ma'am.
इसका लोड कैरिंग मैकेनिज्म इस ब्रिज ट्रस का.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, जो लोड होता है सर वो मैम वो डेक पे आता है.
जी.
डेक्स की बात वो उसके जो है बॉटम कार्ड होते हैं इसमें.
हाँ, बॉटम कॉर्ड होता है, एक टॉप
Yes,
कॉर्ड
ma'am.
होता है, बॉटम कॉर्ड. जी.
फ्लोर बीम.
डिक के बाद लोड कहाँ आएगा?
डेक के बाद मैम फ्लोर बीम पे आएगा. फ्लोर नहीं, वो मैम वो वर्ट हॉरिजॉन्टल जो है
लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे, गौर से
स्ट्रिंगर.
देखना.
यस मैम,
स्ट्रिंगर्स पे आएगा. एग्जैक्टली. देन
स्ट्रिंगर के बाद फ्लोर बीम पे आएगा.
फ्लोर बीम पे आएगा. एंड देन
फ्लोर बीम के बाद ये सपोर्ट्स पे.
अच्छा, फ्लोर बीम के बाद हमारा लोड गर्डर्स पे आएगा. एंड द गर्डर्स विल बी सपोर्टेड ओवर व्हाट? that will be supported over the piers.
यस मैम.
तो ये लोड कैरिंग मैकेनिज्म्स मैंने फर्स्ट क्लास में भी आप लोगों को काफी डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन की थी. दिस थिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट व्हाइल वी आर डिजाइनिंग द स्ट्रक्चर. or when we are analyzing the structure. So you must have to have an idea regarding this thing कि हमारे पास लोड ट्रांसफर कैसी होगी. अगर आप लोगों को लोड ट्रांसफर का आइडिया नहीं होगा, then how you will be going to design the member. एक पे आप ज्यादा लोड लेंगे, दूसरे पे कम लेंगे. So this is what an engineer usually do. अगर आपने क्लास नहीं भी ली, so you must have an idea regarding this thing. You are an engineer. You are half engineer, so you must have to have an idea regarding these things के हमारे पास लोड ट्रांसफर कैसी होगी. You can even see the members over here कि कौन सा किसके ऊपर पड़ा हुआ है. तो जो सबसे पहले होगा उसका लोड नीचे नीचे ट्रांसफर होता जाएगा. You can see over here, here is a deck. Deck is placed over the stringers. The stringers are placed over these floor beams, and the floor beams are supported using this. In this example, they are supported over the supports. But here we have another beam as well, that is the girder. So think using engineer's mind. Note this कि अभी क्लास हुई है नहीं हुई, ली है नहीं ली. That is engineer's mind, that they can even have an idea regarding these things. So since the truss members are affected only by the joint loading, as we have discussed this thing in a very detail, we can therefore obtain the ordinate values of the influence line for a member by loading each joint along the deck with the unit load and then use the method of joints or the method of sections. Simply हम क्या करेंगे, हम अपने लोड को each panel पे ट्रांसफर करेंगे और each panel पे ट्रांसफर करने के बाद हमने ब्रिज ट्रस में उसका लेट्स सपोज इफ वी आर कंसिडरिंग द ब्रिज ट्रस, तो हमने उस मेंबर में जिसमें रिक्वायर्ड होगा हमारे पास इन्फ्लुएंस लाइन जिसका ड्रा करना, तो हम उस मेंबर का फोर्स अगेन एंड अगेन कैलकुलेट करेंगे बाय मूविंग द लोड टू डिफरेंट पैनल्स. लोड्स को हम डिफरेंट पैनल्स में मूव करेंगे और इस मेंबर में हम फोर्स को कैलकुलेट करेंगे द सेम वे that we have done for the analysis of the trusses, and using method of joints or the method of sections, and this will give us the influence line for the truss member. So as a convention, I already told you that the tensile forces are taken as positive and the compressive forces are taken as negative. The tensile forces are taken away from the joints and the compressive forces are taken toward the joint. So for the influence line for a member is constructed by plotting the data and drawing the straight line between the points. For example, if we are required to determine or to draw the influence line for the member GB of this truss. So this AE is actually what? This is actually the same deck, you can say. This is the deck. If we extend this thing, so this is what? This is a deck. Similarly, the small portion of it, they are connected to each other using this. Similarly, they are connected to each other like this. And they have, and the same way they will be having this. So you can consider this thing as a whole, and another member like this one. So this is what? This is the whole bridge structure. And we have taken just, you can say a two-dimensional or a plane truss element from it for our analysis purposes. So we will be having different panels and another panel over here. Similarly, in another panel. So different panels will be there. And in the different panels, this member will be classified as a GB member. So now we are determined to draw required to draw the influence line for the member GB of the bridge truss. So हम क्या करेंगे? We can either use the method of sections or we can either use the method of joint. जो भी आप लोग को feasible लगे. So here they have used the method of sections. First of all हम क्या करेंगे? हम each successive panel पे unit load apply करेंगे. Let's suppose I am applying unit load over here. So because of this unit load at point B, I'll be calculating the reaction at point A and the reaction at point E, the same way we have did the previously. Reactions हमारे पास calculate हो गई. Now I'll be taking section over here. You can even use this portion to calculate GB member. The force will be then like this. The force GB. They are taking the right section, so let's take the right section. So from the right, I am having this. The cut members are GH member, so its force is unknown. The cut member is GB member and its force is unknown. And the cut member is BC member and its force is unknown. So we can do what? We can take the summation of forces as the HG and BC are both the horizontal member. So the easy way is to take summation of forces in the y direction. And this GB is inclined at an angle of 45 degree. So it's one component, that is FGB sine of 45 will be acting downward. Sine of 45 will be acting downward, and it's another component FGB cos of 45 will be acting leftward. So we can take summation of forces at summation of forces in the y direction equal to 0, and GB come out to be 0.354. When we apply a unit load at location 1, our reaction at support A and B are this one. Let's suppose at support E it is 0.25, and the force in this member is 0.345. So at x is equal to 6 meter, when unit load is applied, the FGB force is 0.354. Now move the load to, let's suppose x is equal to 12. Move the load to this location. Discard this one. Move the load to this location, a unit load. Again calculate the reaction at point A and point E. Again take a section over here. Now if you are taking a section over here, so you will be getting a load 1 over here as well, a 1 unit load of 1. So again take summation of forces in the y direction equal to 0. Someone kindly calculate the reaction over here and here. This will be simply 0.5 and 0.5. You can say the load is applied at the mid. Now the 0.25 come out to be 0.5, not 0.25. The same way, again take summation of forces in the y direction. So we will be having an upward force of 0.5, a downward force of 1, sorry, this will be minus, and minus FGB sine of 45 degree. So kindly calculate FGB from here. क्या आएगा हमारे पास FGB? 0.5 minus 1 divided by sine of 45. यहाँ से FGB कितना आएगा? How much will be FGB? Calculate it right now. सुन रहे हैं? क्यों सोए हुए हैं सब?
मैम 0.7071.
0.707. Okay. So FGB from over here will be how much? It will be 0.707. Exactly at x is equal to 12 feet. Now again move the load to point D. And the distance of point D from here, we are considering this point as our 0 point. So the distance from here will be now 18. Again calculate the reaction here and here. Calculate kare reactions. Jaldi. I can ask any one of you to tell me regarding the reactions. Come on. Calculate it right now. सब calculate करें, मैं किसी से भी पूछ सकती हूँ. And जो मुझे आंसर नहीं देगा, that will be straight away absent. I don't want you all to just join the class. Calculate the reactions at point A and point E. रेज हैंड्स जिसका हो गया है. Just calculate it right now and I can ask any one of you to tell me regarding the reactions. Come on. And those who are not responding will be straight away absent. Chale. So I think this much time is enough for calculating the reaction. Bilal Ahmed. Bilal Ahmed.
Yes, ma'am.
How much will be the reaction at point A?
Ma'am, just 1 minute, ma'am.
Okay, so calculate. The unit load is not over here, it is at point D. Calculate A and E. RA and RE. You are taking so much time in calculating the reactions only. I've already told you in the first class that for the structure
Then ये
analysis,
RE जो है वो 3/4 आ रहा है मैम 0.75.
RE will be 0.75 and let me ask the other one for RA. आप नहीं बताएंगे. ये किसने बताया? मुझे आंसर किसने बताया अभी?
ये मैंने मैम शाहिद नवाब.
Thank you बेटा. Very good. So फहद क्या नाम है? फहद ख्वाजा. फहद आप बताएं ए पे कितना रिएक्शन आएगा? रिस्पॉन्ड तो किया करे ना कि हुआ है या नहीं हुआ. What does it mean that you all are not responding? So it's mean all of you are sleeping. Mohammad Farhan.
Yes, ma'am.
हुआ है नहीं हुआ?
0.25.
0.25. Saud.
Yes, ma'am.
हुआ है नहीं हुआ?
0.25, ma'am.
ए पे कितना होगा? ए पे कितना होगा? How much will be the reaction?
0.25.
I'm asking from Saud. Saud, how much will be the reaction at point A?
Ma'am, 0.25. मैंने बताया.
Sayyid Furqan Shah. Sayyid Furqan. Zabi Khatak. How much will be the reaction at point E? Haven't did it. तारिकुल्लाह आप बताएं.
मैम पॉइंट ए पे 0.25 होगा और पॉइंट ई पे 0.75 होगा.
चलिए, so we will be having a 0.75 reaction at support E. जागे रहें. I don't want you all to sleep in my class. And we will be having a 0.25 at point A, and a unit load is applied over here. Again, take section. We will be having a load 1 over here and a 0.75 reaction over here. So calculate the force at in GB. Calculate the force in member GB. Come on. Take summation of forces in the y direction and calculate the force and member GB. Just do it right now.
0.353553.
0.353553. Exactly. So this will be round up to 0.34. Very good. So we can we will be moving the loads along each joint, and we will be calculating the member forces, and then we will be drawing its influence line diagram. So at x is equal to 0, it is 0. At x is equal to 6, it is 0.354. And at x is equal to 12, it is minus 0.707. Similarly, at a distance 18, it is this much, and at a distance 24, it's come out to be 0. So greatest influence हमारे पास किस point पे आएगा? किस point पे हमारे पास greatest influence आएगा इस structure में?
X is equal to 12.
12 पे आएगा.
12 पे.
हमारे पास
12 पे
compressive
है मैम.
effects. Exactly. So compressive effects जो है तो 0.707. But the thing you have to mention over here that the compressive effect will be more at x is equal to 12, and the tensile effects will be more at x is equal to 6, as the member may be subjected to either a tensile force or a compressive force. So if a force is such that if it is causing a tensile forces in a member, so it will be having a greater influence when we apply a unit load at x is equal to 6 meter. And if we are considering the compressive effects, so the member will be having a more influence regarding the compressive forces when we apply a unit load at a location x is equal to 12 meter. So this is the influence line for the forces in a member GB. You can do it for any of the member, like you can do it for even the member GF. Member GF. So let's have a practice over this. Draw the influence line for the member GF. अभी class में. All of you are required to do it. Just calculate the influence line for the member GF of this. जागे रहें सब. I may ask any one of you to send me the influence line of member GF on WhatsApp. I can call any one of you. So do it right now. Another phone session. आप सुन रहे हैं ना मेरी बात?
जी मैम सुन.
जी मैम, यस.
चले अब स्टार्ट हो जाए. जीएफ मेंबर के लिए इन्फ्लुएंस लाइन ड्रॉ करें राइट नाउ. कम ऑन. थोड़ा सोचे, थोड़ा सा, जो मेंबर मैं बता रही हूँ उस पे थोड़ा सा सोचे।
मैम ये हॉरिजॉन्टल मेंबर नहीं है?
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। किसने
मेरी
बताया?
मैम ये सोच बन रही थी लेकिन क्या करें।
किसने
मोहम्मद
बोला?
सईद।
Muhammad,
मोहम्मद
the
सईद मैंने सुना।
brilliant student, the brilliant of my class. Very good. So this is the point over here. This member is a horizontal member,
हॉरिजॉन्टल
and
मेंबर, यस मैम।
and the loads are all work. The loads are all vertical. So there will be no variation of you can say forces in this member. And as the joints at which we are applying this, the member is connected, there is no load. So this is a zero force member, you can say. So there will be no
यस
influence
मैम।
line for this member. So very good, who have an idea, जिनके mind में ये idea आया मुझे बताने का कि मैम it's a horizontal member. So very good to all of them. और जो सबसे पहले जिसने बताया, so very good to him as well. So that is what you have to think using engineer's mind. So those are all, you can say, very good students in structural engineering or structural analysis who got this idea in their minds. Not only say it to all those students who have this idea are the brilliant students in structure. So very good to all of you. So this is what the point I want to check ke kisko idea aega. So that's all about today's lecture. I hope this is an interesting lecture regarding the drawing the influence line. So anyone having any question? कोई question है? No question?
प्रैक्टिस करेंगे
नो
मैम,
मैम।
फिर जो आया तो फिर डिस्कस करें।
चले सही है चले. And very good. Kindly जागे रहे class में. Now give me your attendance, then we'll finish our today's class. और जो सोए हैं तो بس نور خذ تبتة no. لبختوها مثل تسوق دي غسكيجي.
वो अगता सो होएगा ना मैम बाकी।
بس نور تبتة ده اسمه. Let me stop the recording.